And again, it depends on what career you go into: doctor, lawyer, judge, musician, skateboarder, photographer, etc. In your career, um, where you end up, you know, discussing what true love is between your personal and private career. And this doesn't mean I'm going this way, and it doesn't mean I'm going that way. It doesn't mean I'm right. It doesn't mean I'm wrong. It's just a communication. It's just vocabulary. It's just assisting you in understanding my beliefs. And so, whether I'm hanging out with Amy Winehouse, instead of putting Samantha on blast, let me use Amy Winehouse's name for this. Rest in peace. That she was a needle user, a heroin addict. And again, what's the scarcities and stereotype of somebody that uses heroin? Um, Getting HIV if they share a needle, or herpes. Um, um, it's just a scarcity. And it doesn't mean I'm going this way, but in terms of using a needle, but it doesn't mean I judge that person because they walked that path. Everybody needs true love too. And this is a part of that acceptance program, that once you shove people to the streets, to homelessness, you only enable in their psychosis, you only enable more prostitution, you only enable more defamations. And so, even if I was to date Amy Winehouse as a needle user, um, let's say she got HIV or herpes with it, just because you date someone doesn't mean you're bringing heroin or herpes or HIV into your life. You can still love someone genuinely, to be their confidant, to be there so they don't have to be as vulnerable in their life, to still try and assist them in better decision making. Um, Over me even discussing this. Is this a bad decision for me to discuss this? Is this bad decision making that I even discuss the word heroin, needle, or HIV or herpes? No. It's just vocabulary. It's just discussion. And it's just the point of, it doesn't mean I still won't fall in love genuinely with somebody. So let's say Amy Winehouse had, you know, addiction to heroin, and she had HIV. And again, I don't know if I'm right. I don't know if I'm wrong. Everybody knows she was a heroin addict. She didn't want to go to rehab. No, no, no. They try to make me go to rehab, right? And so she still had a boyfriend. She was still loved. She's loved by her fan base, whether it was for heroin. She was still loved by her fan base, whether it was for singing. And she was still loved by her fan base for having a boyfriend for quite a long time that she seemed to be madly in love with. Again, I'm not admitting that one girl or the other is my girlfriend or not. It's not up to me. Okay, I'm not a domestic abuser. I'm not possessive over which female I should trust. One from the Playboy Mansion, that's nudity, profanity. One from American Ballet Theater that wears a leotard and has etiquette and goes to Met Gala. One that's in the porn industry and has sex with other men and has to get a STD test every month or every 6 months. And in those processes, defamations and everything else, remember, this is the legal world. This is reality. And it's just discussion. So am I going the right way or the wrong way discussing it? I don't think so. Um, I think it's just discussion. But whether or not each person in those industries, a porn star, they deserve true love, to have a confidant. A heroin addict, they deserve a true love. They deserve a confidant. They deserve trust, faith, and honesty. A lawyer, if I go into lawyering and I date a lawyer, do they deserve trust, honesty, and faith? If I go to a police officer and date them, if I go to a doctor, do they deserve trust, loyalty? Do they deserve a confidant? And that's what true love is. You take care of your family, regardless of the predicament of their mental illness, of their choice of their career, of the choice of their life path, and to love unconditionally within conditions is unconditionally, conditionally. And so when you go through this, let's say Amy Winehouse is HIV, just because I date her doesn't mean I'm having sex with her. Maybe it means we just mutual masturbate. Maybe it means I just ask for titty pictures. But because that person doesn't have somebody that loves them saying, hey, I'll pick you up, don't go homeless, don't go out sucking dick for another bag of heroin or whatever else, you still got to have those true friends around you that assist you in prevention of some of those bad decision makings versus throwing people just to the streets. But at the same time, sometimes you give up too. That's that downward spiral. Okay. And I only bring this up for the same thing of like me discussing this with my fellow Money artists, or again, Cash Money Records, etc. Again, so Cash Money has Nicki Minaj. She wears pasties in some of her music videos, etc. Does that give Birdman more right to have Nicki Minaj with pasties than me? Does that make her a heroin addict? Does it make her a needle user? Does that make her? I can't answer those questions. It's none of my business. But the law is the law. And somebody's still giving Nicki Minaj faith. Hey, even though you wear pasties in a music video, we'll still hire you. We'll still get you paid. You'll still make money making music. Again, she's of age. She's 21. They did it. So, in these true love ventures of discussing profanity and drugs and what true love is, unconditional love, defamations, the actual responsibility of each one of these careers. Let's say I leave Money Records and I don't go to Cash Money. Let's say I don't go to Rockefeller. Let's say I don't go to Capitol or Def Jam or Atlantic. Maybe I'm going to go work for the Playboy Mansion and I'm just going to take titty pictures. Nudity pictures. Titty pictures makes me sound like a pervert. Nudity pictures makes me sound like a lawyer. Uh, Pornography makes me sound like a pervert and a lawyer because it's both words in the adult industry, or you call it an adult toy store, an adult um, superstore, and this is what we call porn stores, adult, the adult stores. And so, in the different vocabulary words, what makes you sound like a pervert, pedophile, or again, if I'm using heroin or not using it, but the word heroin, or using nudity or titty pictures, profanity or nudity, again, pussy or vagina. Again, it just depends on what congregation, what ethnicity, what subgroup I'm communicating with. And this is what makes some of that other stuff difficult of this process. And so, back to my point of I'm kind of going around in circles right now between nudity, profanity, drugs, and the negative side. Remember, it exists in the world. I just wanted to put this reminder out there. I don't want to be defamed from my high school teachers and my dance teachers and show choir teachers, theater arts teachers for walking down these roads. It's just the adult life now at 21. But I don't want to lose my job, my responsibility, being sober, being abstinent, talking about my testicle surgery, talking about drug use, talking about whether or not I'm going back to etiquette as a sober person without defamations. That's stagnant judgment the rest of my life, or if it's actually, just discussion and vocabulary and communication. And so back to Birdman and Nicki Minaj and Drake. You know, Nicki Minaj can work for Cash Money, and we'll call Cash Money McDonald's. And Nicki Minaj can work for OmoneyRecords, and we'll call OmoneyRecords Taco Bell. So when you think of it like this, when men get possessive, uh, let's say Nicki Minaj is working for McDonald's, again, that's Cash Money, or OmoneyRecords, which is Taco Bell. How often, every day, do you choose something different? Okay, so one day, I'm sitting here, yeah, I want some McDonald's today. I want some McDonald's. That means I'm working for Cash Money. The next day I say, hey, I want some Taco Bell. I want some Taco Bell. That means money. And so when you put it in what we call general relativity, it's the same thing, but you get to choose something different every day. How many people, how often does Birdman change his mind? Man, I don't want to go to the Waffle House today. I want to go to IHOP. I want to go to Perkins. It's the same thought process. And so when you allot your artists to go around to these companies, to go be at different McDonald's, Taco Bell, Texas Roadhouse, Applebee's, Subway, Taco John's. What I'm allotting is those same favors, those same opportunities for any of my artists to go and search. Go to Capitol Records, go to Def Jam, go to Atlantic, go to Motown, go to Cash, go to Young Money, go to Rockefeller. Uh, Again, it's not up to me to choose what restaurant you want to go to eat at today. By all means, they all have different contracts, they all have predators, they all have different professionalisms, they all have different um, thought processes, they have different states with different clauses, different laws, different, um, you know, professional perspectives and unprofessional perspectives. There's a good and bad in everything. A good cop, a bad cop, a good lawyer, a bad lawyer, a good judge, a bad judge, a good doctor, a bad doctor. One doctor will lie to you. Again, so if a doctor lies to you saying, well, from 2010 to 2012, your daughter was only half a year old. Well, I caught a lie from my doctor. It pisses me off. Well, if I go in and I do a herpes test, and she says, well, from 2010 to 2012, you only got half a herpes. How the fuck would I have half a herpes? That doesn't make any sense. And again, I'm not saying I have herpes. I don't. I'm abstinent. I'm clean. I'm sober. And this isn't a gloat at anybody. This is anything else. It's just communication. Okay. And so, in those lie detector tests, the truth detector tests, keeping it real, I can't dictate if Nicki Minaj wants McDonald's today, if she wants Taco Bell today, if she wants Perkins, if she wants Texas Roadhouse. It doesn't matter to me where she goes. But is she still going to be Nicki Minaj? Is she still going to wear pasties at Cash Money? Is she still going to wear pasties at Money? Is she still going to wear pasties at Capitol Records, Atlantic Records, Def Jam Records, at Sony Records? It doesn't matter. The character, the person doesn't change their views. Most of the time, it's just the agreement per label, per restaurant. It's the same thought process. I just want everybody to take a second thought at Black Lives Matter, respect, disrespect. Everybody got tamed. Trump got tamed. Epstein got tamed. P. Diddy got tamed. I got tamed, whether it was for perversion purposes, not understanding the law purposes, or the actual verbal communications, contracts. And again, you can change to any other company you want. I'm at Quick Trip right now, and there's a Flying J across the street. I could change right now. I could stand up from my phone. I could stand up from my phone and I could go walking across the street to Flying J. Can Birdman stop it? Can Eminem stop it? Can Jay-Z stop it? Can Ariana Rockefeller stop it? Can Ariana Grande stop it? No, they can't stop me changing right now. I can stand up. Quick Trip, I can stand up. I have to give you that example. I could look at the friends here, table talk, elderly people. I could look out the road, and I could just walk out of the store right now. And I changed my mind. Look, I stood up, I changed my mind. My name is Nicki Minaj. I'm going to go show my pasties over here at Flying J. And I can walk over there. Okay, and this is just an example, but Flying J is across the street. So I changed my mind. Okay, and this is okay for Shay to do, Leila to do, Jolene Sandoval, Heather Arlington, anybody, when you ask. And so this is the same thought process. Whether you think what law is what law, or what company is more corrupt or less corrupt, the law is the law. Even Birdman can't dictate whether his artists have sex with them or show pasties. It doesn't matter. What matters is the law. And per agreement, per individual, and the law. And so again, am I begging for this to happen at my company? Nicki Minaj flying over here and wearing pasties and no, I don't want to do that. I teach dance, I teach ballet. I have children that watch my dance performances, which is why we had the least profanity of pasties or titty pictures on my DJ or OmoneyRecords page. And that's kind of the proof. We're not out here selling it because I teach dance. I can't. I got students, underage kids, watching my DJ Money page or OmoneyRecords page as a label owner. Again, I still live in the adult life, but I try and keep a certain etiquette, a certain professionalism at this. And it's like I said, it doesn't matter to me. Shay, Leila, Jolene, Gunner, Tevin, TKB, Doja, whoever. If you guys want to change from McDonald's, Cash Money, or Taco Bell, O Money, or Texas Roadhouse, Rockefeller Records and Jay-Z, or Applebee's to Def Jam, it doesn't matter what restaurant you choose today. I can't pick that for you. The toughest part about contracts is once you make a contract with McDonald's saying, I will only eat McDonald's, that's the part where you have to just be mindful, and make sure you ask around. Their references, get references. It's okay to ask. I think it is, you know. And so whether or not I mind my business or not, just because I'm nosy or want to know what's happening, or if I'm actually just doing a background check, with companies or people that do their side of business. And again, could be right, could be wrong. No, the law is the law. One person doesn't get more privilege. If Nikki's with Birdman, or Riri's with Birdman, whoever, or DJ Khaled, doesn't matter. If Riri changes from DJ Khaled, we'll call him Dairy Queen, you know, and Riri comes over here uh, to Taco Bell on OmoneyRecords on Taco Bell. Can DJ Khaled choose whether or not Riri wants to go to Taco Bell from Dairy Queen? It doesn't matter in reality. The contract matters in the legal side of that system, but in reality, can anybody be mad at somebody changing their mind going from McDonald's to Taco Bell? No, they can't. And I just want this to be discussed before Eminem and Birdman and everybody else dictate where everybody's going. I don't think Birdman can dictate, Jay-Z can dictate whether or not I sit this one out and communicate it. And we have a mogul talk to DJ Khaled, or what that communication would be, as I'm a label owner, an independent label owner, just like Shady Records, just like Cash Money. Um, and whether I'm under the umbrella of UMG or a Universal Music Group or Disney, or if I just collaborate with these people, with Sony Records, Cash Money Records, Rhyme Sayers Entertainment, you know, uh, Shady Records, Motown, every other record label is just a collaboration. I'm technically not under the umbrella, but under the umbrella of MTV, under the umbrella of BET. Again, MTV's McDonald's, BET's Taco Bell, etc. It's the same thought process. Can you stop me from going to MTV? Should be able to. What if I want Taco Bell today? Now, I want you to think like this. Does Rockefeller, Ariana Rockefeller, the Rockefeller family, stop Birdman from going to Taco Bell or McDonald's every day? No, don't. That would be a dictator. Birdman can go to Waffle House, he can go to IHOP, he can go to Taco Bell, he can go to McDonald's. Birdman gets to choose every day what restaurant he goes to. You never see the elite typically go out killing people, upset on whether or not you choose Taco Bell or McDonald's today. And so I'm choosing to speak about this for that same little thought process, so that way people have that comprehension. Again, you have listening. Let's listen for a second. You hear TV. Okay. You hear the table. You hear them talking. So there's listening. There's observation with my eyes. I'm observing. There's people at the table. I observe TV. There's understanding. I understand. Why is the TV on? Well, the TV's got a game show on right now. It has the weather, or a game show to help everybody in the room. Whether or not it's just for entertainment, or whether or not it's for background noise, or whether or not it's to tell us the weather if it's going to rain. And then there's comprehension. So you have listening, observing, understanding, and comprehension. So for listening, I listen to the TV, listen to it. Okay, it's a game show. I observe it with my eyes. Okay, what are they talking about? Okay, it's a game, 25 words less. Okay, I understand it. Why is it on the TV? It's there for my entertainment. And then I comprehend it. What does comprehension mean? Comprehension means, shit, I'm as hell. I actually appreciate these people get paid for entertainment, and I think it's there for my leisureness, for my consumption, to be able to watch a game show while I'm sitting here eating some pizza and some food. There's comprehension. What is a TV for? What is a table for? What is the table talker committee for? And so when we go through this, Jada Pinkett Smith, whether she's out in LA talking about table talks, or whether I'm talking here at the table myself, I'm sitting at a different table. And it's those same discussions professionally, of listening, observing, understanding, and comprehension. And so What's the differences of why the TV's here? I listen. I observe with my eyes. I understand why they put a TV there so I can watch the weather just in case it rains outside, in case it's sunny, and I comprehend it. It's here for me. It's a cool thing. I appreciate it. Why are plugs here? Plugs are here so I can charge my devices. As I'm sitting here half homeless, discussing what that little difference is of how I go home and be able to plug in my cell phone and be able to talk to you guys when I get home because I'm on the verge of homelessness per se. As I enter the music industry at a different level, uh, applying for different jobs as I own my own company, trying to prevent bankruptcy in my pride, but at the same time, it's those same honesties of making sure I'm running a successful business. Okay, like I said, if I go bankrupt as McDonald's, as OmoneyRecords, as Taco Bell, it doesn't matter what restaurant I am. I have to take care of my customers. Okay, I have to take care of my artists. And in those agreements, in these contractual agreements, or in those laws, again, it doesn't change. Maybe I will go out and work for Playboy. And back to my point, maybe I'm going to go date Amy Winehouse because she deserves to be loved. Even if she uses a needle or has HIV, she still deserves a codependent, non-codependent, but a confidant. Sorry, excuse me, a confidant to say, hey, I'm going to shoot up right now. I don't want to get raped, and I might nod off and fall asleep. Like if I nod off, like, can you just hang out with me and pick me up and carry me to the car so I don't get raped when I nod off? It's just a confidant in saying, hey, I love you enough. Yeah, I don't agree with you. Yeah, even though I can't have sex with you because you're a needle user, you might have herpes or HIV. In terms of protecting myself, doesn't mean I won't love you correctly. As a confidant, saying, hey, if Amy Winehouse says, hey, I'm going to go shoot up, I might nod off, I don't want to get raped, will you pick me up when I fall asleep and take me back home and put me in my bed so I'm safe? Well, I don't want to pay for your drugs, and I don't want to have sex with you because you might have herpes or HIV, but I love you enough as a confidant, as a friend, I will still take on those responsibilities in honesty. In honesty. And it is that simple in discussion and communication. Now, does this mean, again, I'm going that way or going that way? No, I might go date somebody with etiquette at Met Gala who doesn't use any drugs at all and is completely sober. Georgina Bloomberg, Lily Buffett, Arden Rockefeller. I have no idea. Which road should I go? Amy Winehouse and a needle user? Or somebody completely etiquette at American Ballet Theater who goes to Met Gala wearing a fancy $10,000 dress and a $2 million diamond ring? It doesn't matter. They both need confidants, whether it's Amy Winehouse with the needle or if it's, somebody at Lincoln Center at Met Gala or whatever. They both need confidants. They both need trusted sources. And this is the simple basic that we need to get back into. And so that's kind of my point of all this, whether it's titty picture asking, whether it's Playboy Mansion, whether it's pornography, whether you're a lawyer, a doctor, a judge, a skateboarder, a dancer, a videographer, a photographer, a civil engineer, a sound engineer, a building inspector. There's a good and there's a bad on every one of those career mental illnesses. And so, again, I don't care if you change from McDonald's being Cash Money Records to O Money Records, which is Taco Bell, or out to Young Money Records with Little Wayne, which we'll call that one Cheesecake Factory. So if you change from McDonald's Cash Money to the Cheesecake Factory to Young Money, I can't be mad at you. I get to change every day. I drink milk, or I drink soda, or I drink a canteen of water, or a canteen of coffee, and what type of peanut butter bar, which be peanut butter bar I decide to eat. I get to change my mind every day. And what I will tell you is I will never go out killing my ex-fiance's boyfriend just because she changed from the peanut butter bar. I was the peanut butter bar. She changed the pizza. It's a little bit greasier. And so am I making fun of the guy, or am I sending subliminal messages, or am I actually outing the guy that he's a greasy pizza? No, that's just my ego saying it. Why do I want to be the peanut butter bar? Maybe I don't. You might get the shits from it. This is peanut butter. People are allergic to peanuts. You might not be able to eat it. You might die. I can't tell you. I can't choose why you can't eat peanuts. Go to McDonald's or Taco Bell. So again, if somebody's allergic to the peanut butter bar, you can't tell Shay or Nick or Doja or TKB or Jolene or Liala, hey, you have to go to the peanut butter bar. And remember, I'm the peanut butter bar. You can't do that because you might be allergic to it and you'll kill them. You can't do that. This is what these setups end up happening. And possessiveness. Where, all right, my ex-fiance is married to the pizza now instead of the peanut butter bar. It's the same thought process. And I can't be mad just because you go from McDonald's, which is cash money, to Taco Bell, which is home money. It's the same thought process. And so to any of my artists, if Liala wants to go to Def Jam, if Shay wants to go to Cash Money, if Nick wants to go out to Death Row, if I want to go to Eminem and Shady or go up to Rockefeller and Jay-Z, or if Heather Arlington wants to go to We the Best, um, you know, or TKB wants to go to, Poop Fart, it's just a little bit of poop, and sometimes you fart. It doesn't matter. So again, I can't force you to go to the peanut butter bar because you might be allergic to peanuts. And so in those weird little ways, do I have to explain myself? No. But that's how I look at it as we step forward. When you have children, when you have family, where you feel respected, where you feel disrespected, where you feel accepted, etc. If you want to go work for Tim Cook, a gay man, an LGBTQ member, write for Apple itself, who builds the computer, who makes sound, and does this other stuff for his programs, you can go work for him too. It doesn't matter. That's acceptance. I accept. I went to a peanut butter bar today. Tomorrow I'm going to eat the pizza. Can Birdman be pissed? Should he go out and kill the pizza? No. So if my baby mama or ex-fiance changes from the peanut butter bar to the pizza, I'm not going to go killing the pizza just because she changed her mind from McDonald's to Taco Bell. So again, when you watch The Notebook and Noah ends up saying, God damn it, what do you want? What do you want? I'm sorry, I want Taco Bell today. I just can't handle this. I might, I'm gonna get the shits with McDonald's. I just don't think I'm gonna get the shits if I go to McDonald's or Taco Bell. I want Ponderosa. Noah says, God damn it, what do you want? Okay, I want Texas Roadhouse. You can't be mad. People change their mind every fucking day. Okay, and so in these vocabulary words and my facial expressions and my sarcasm, should I have to apologize for being professional? Whether I'm hanging out with a heroin addict, which is McDonald's, or I'm hanging out with Taco Bell, which is Met Gala and American Ballet Theater. No, I can't be mad. That's what defamations is. That's what dictators are. And I hope everybody takes a second chance to think about what trust is, what a confidant is, what a relationship is, and establishing those thought processes of just because I hang out with a needle user, a heroin addict, or somebody with HIV doesn't mean I'll obtain HIV. It doesn't mean I use heroin. I'm just there as a confidant. I'm there as a trusted source. And is it the right road? I can't tell you, but it exists there. And when I look at Met Gala and American Ballet Theater, if I go hang out with the tutus, with a ballet dancer, is that the right or the wrong road? I don't know. They don't even fucking cuss. I go over to Met Gala and I'm sitting here like trying to figure out, hey, how's it going today? Pretty good. What are you doing? Oh, I'm not doing a lot. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, damn, like, how come she's not like cussing or something? Like she's got too much etiquette. So saying, what up, bitch? What the fuck you doing today, bitch? What the fuck you doing? You know what I'm saying? What the bam? Whoa, whoa, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Can I judge them just because they're etiquette and they choose not to use vocabulary words that are profane and cuss words? No. And I don't want anybody fucking hating on each other just because I use the word fucking and poop fart sometimes, and other days I'm using the word nudity and profanity, or fucking some titty pictures and some pussy pictures, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So, in those things, I just told high school teachers, dance teachers, show choir teachers, and everything, take a step back. Listen. Hi, my name's Owen. They observe the American people, looking at the American people through the front of my phone. Are you looking at me or am I looking at you? Wow, are you naked in there? Nope, that's just a cell phone camera. My bad. So there's listening, observing, understanding. What the fuck am I even doing? Understanding. All right, I see myself. Got gray hair, stressed out. I was riding my bike. The wind blew my hair back. That's not gel. I was just riding my bike. Understanding and then comprehension. Why the fuck am I sitting here talking to myself? Looking at myself as if it's a mirror, as if the mirror is going to talk back to myself as I stare at myself, wondering why the mirror is talking to me. Shit, is that AI? Is that fictional? Is that non-fictional? I can't see inside the camera. But when I look at the screen, no, that's myself. Why am I talking to myself? Hey guys, how's it going over there? Doing pretty good. Comprehension. Comprehension. So you have listening, observing, understanding why I have a cell phone, why I have Instagram to communicate. It's just a tool. So if I unfollowed you guys, if I unfollowed anybody, friends, Shay, Nick, 20, Trevor, baby mama, whoever, it's just a tool. Remember, I still have your cell phone number in my cell phone. That's just a tool. Remember, I still have the phone book with your phone number in it. That's still a tool. A phone book is Facebook. My cell phone with contacts in it is just a social media tool. Facebook, Instagram, if I follow you or unfollow you, it's just a social media tool. Remember, don't become mentally ill to it, because in reality, I can still get a hold of you somehow, some way. And I think technology is an amazing thing, and I think everybody's looking through the American peephole every day. That turns into a mirror, that turns into itself, it turns into myself, balding. And from listening to observing, comprehension of why I'm getting this gray hair, stressed out, communicating these weird ass vocabulary words like titty pictures and nudity, to comprehension. I'm about to push the end button and stop myself from talking to myself. I appreciate you guys. My name is Owen Yule. They used to call me DJ Money. I'm the owner of OmoneyRecords. And this is this discussion on whether or not I date a needle user with an STD to a person with complete etiquette that has OCD and never uses drugs and never does anything wrong in their life. They all exist. I plan on hanging out with every single one of them. I consider myself a Gandhi. Peace be with you. Peace be with you. And I hope you enjoy this for that side of the day. Shout out to everybody who's had faith in me, who's waiting for the future discussion of what this is. And again, there's listening. Say something, Owen. Oh, okay. There's observing. What are you looking at, bro? My fucking self, bro. And then understanding. I use social media, Instagram, to communicate, and comprehension. Why would I do that? To assist in communication, and I hope everybody's doing good. So, for Nick, Shay, Doja, TKB, Leila, Gunner, Tevin, theater arts, social dance, ballet, jazz, tap, modern, rap, videography, choreography, etc. Whenever you change your mind, it's okay. You can go from the peanut butter bar or McDonald's Cash Money Records, or you can go to Pizza Hut. If you change your mind, I'm not going to go out there and kill you for it. So, anyways, it was interesting introducing myself. Again, my name is Owen Yule. I'm the owner of OmoneyRecords. And again, I'm not under an umbrella at this moment in time, but I have worked with Sony Records, Atlantic Records, Cash Money Records, BWA, Shady Records, etc. And I hope you guys stay tuned to my page and we'll talk in the future. And I hope you listen to the music. I hope you observe the music videos. I hope you understand what it is I'm saying. until I start speaking in Spanish. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. And I hope you comprehend that it's just social media. I'm just here as your entertainment, looking through American peephole at myself, deciding if I understand why I'm so fucking ugly.